Okay, step one in investing in crypto, I talked through the 6 steps. And if you haven't seen that, go back to the other video. And it's only a 5-minute video, right? So if you haven't watched that, just go and watch it. Stop trying to cut corners. Go watch that. Step one in investing in cryptocurrency is get your own solvable problem. What does that mean? For years, running my own business, I said, I want to make $1 million a year. And over the years, I've made more than that. I'm not saying that to impress you. I'm trying to say that to impress upon you that having a number like that, once you actually get there, it's like, now what? What does that mean? What does that matter? How does that matter? And it really is a vanity number, if you look at it really deeply and truly. Because what are we here for? And I'm not sure your situation and your background and what your environment is that you come to this video and watch me today. I'm here. I have 3 daughters that I'm responsible for. I have certain bills I have to pay. I want to build generational wealth for my daughters. They're young at the moment, so I've got a little bit of time. But I have very specific reasons of what I'm trying to do. And in your solvable problem, you may read and learn other teachings on this. They may say 10 million in 10 years. That's great. But what does that mean to you? So you have to find a number that's right for you. Now, there are a couple of ways to do this, a couple of ways to skin this cat. Number one is to get a really big number. I've just said 10 million. 10 million in 10 years. How much have you got today? What's the interest you might need to grow that to the 10 million? Or another way to look at it is, what investments do I need to cover all the bills that I pay today? And I bet you that's a lot smaller than 10 million. Hugely. There's 3, a guy called, his handle is Matty Dubs. He recorded a video, YouTube video. I shared it with my friends and family on Facebook. I'll put a link to it below here. But he talks about the 3 levels of wealth, right? I'll go through this with you just quickly. And so 3 levels. Let me have a pen so I can write on. Not really helpful if I'm writing with a rubber, is it? So, eraser for my international audience. So 3 levels of wealth. Number 1, financial independence. And yeah, I write like a doctor, by the way, but that says financial independence. Second level, I'll come back and talk about it a bit more. Second level, financial, let me slow down to make this look nicer. Financial freedom. There you go, you can read that one, I hope. And then the last one is immortal wealth. Sounds pretty groovy, that one, doesn't it? Sounds pretty cool. Now, financial independence is where you have enough money coming in from assets that pay your bills every month. So pay your mortgage, if you have a mortgage, or your rent, your power bills, your food, all the things that you have to pay month on month. Assets are producing those, and therefore the financial independence means you don't need to work anymore. So you can say to your boss, I'm done, thanks. Because your assets are bringing in the money. Now, that's what I call level 1, financial independence. Level 2, financial freedom, is where your assets are making even more than you actually need. So you can literally buy whatever you want. And that's just, I'm rich. I can buy whatever I want. Financial freedom. The level 3 immortal wealth is where you imagine, I just talked before about, for my own situation, I want to be able to build generational wealth for my kids. Now imagine I get hit by a bus and then my kids inherit all this money and I haven't taught them how to actually best use the money. Then they could spend something I've spent 20 years building up. They could spend that in days, weeks or months because they don't know how to handle money. A bit like lottery winners that are poor usually within a few weeks because they actually don't know how to manage money. Immortal wealth is teaching the next generation how to look after money. So, and by the way, I see number 3 almost as hard as the other 2. So financial independence. What does that look like for you? Now, you might be watching this video and you might have £1,000 or dollars, whatever currency you have. You might have 1,000 to invest. You might be watching this video, you might have 500,000 to invest. You might be watching this video, you might have a few million to invest, and you're looking for different ways you can do it. Whatever number you have is right for you. It doesn't matter if it's big or small, it's right for where you are right now. All right, and you've got a starting point. But what I'm trying to help you do is pick the milestones that we're aiming for. The solvable problem being a big number. Imagine if you had 10 million, right, and you targeted 10 million. Likely, I don't know your figures, but likely once you hit probably 500,000 under assets, you're probably at level 2. Okay, it could be a lot smaller than that. I've done my numbers, and some of my numbers are my financial independence is just over probably about 150,000 under management, assets under management, and I've ticked off number 1. Okay, and then anything excess of that moves me into number 2. So me having 10 million assets under management, I don't need that much, right? But what I'll be doing once I get to the number 1, I can then spend more time doing what I choose to do. I can do any passion projects I want to do, anything else I want to do that might help me make more money, and that more money I can pour back into my assets to grow and have an improved, wrong word, more choices to do anything in life. All right. So let's talk about financial independence. I'll do some examples. There's a couple of things here I want to share with you. There it is here. So let's do financial. Oh, I can't even type. Let me try that again. Financial independence. Okay. I don't know what your number is. Okay. But let's put in a monthly number here. I'll just put monthly in here, which gives us annual. So I'm going to do this number equals this one times by 12, right? So we're after a number. Now, let's just say your monthly amount, and I'll make numbers up, right? But you can do the same spreadsheet your side or with a calculator. So let's just say you need 5,000 a month to live. Could be high, that could be low. I don't know about your situation, right? Let's just put 5,000. It doesn't matter right now what currency it is. You just need to know for you what your numbers are. And later on, we'll convert it to USD, to American dollars, because that's the base that we can use to be able to talk from a crypto perspective to translate how do we achieve that. Okay. So if you want 5,000 a month, then that's 60,000. Now, 5,000, remember, whenever you earn money from crypto, from your assets, you will pay tax. I'm not a tax advisor. I'm not a tax specialist. Speak to someone who understands taxes, preferably an accountant. In America, CPA, different parts of the world, whoever's qualified and also understands cryptocurrencies. Okay. But the simplest way to do it is to provision your highest rate of tax from your earnings from crypto and still have enough left over. So if you need 5,000 to live, so for me as an example, I pay 30% tax here in New Zealand. So I would need an extra 30% on top of that. It's not exactly right, but I'm going to just say I would need 90,000. Okay. I'm just doing rough figures right now. So this times by 1.3. Okay, well done. No, I did that wrong. Ha. Equals this multiplied by. There you go. Okay, 7,800. I'll just do this quickly. Yeah, that's not right. Let's make it a bit higher. That's close to being right. Okay, that's close. Let's just make it 85. Let's just leave it there. So 84,000. So I need to earn. So 5,000 is what I need for paying my bills. 60,000 annually, but then I need to cater for taxes that I need to pay. Right. So the earnings that I need to make is 84,000 a year. So let's go like this, and per month, per week, per day. Okay, so this hopefully you're staying with me. I'm just going to go through the logic of that. Divided by 12. We can do this divided by 52. And then this. You got it. And if it's a leap year, I don't care. It's for some goes, you didn't get it right. It doesn't matter. We're doing rough figures to hit what we're after. So to get 84,000 before tax, you need 230 bucks a day. Okay. Now, the environment that I'm working inside of from a crypto perspective, I can get approximately 1% a day at the highest point. Okay. So let's just do some maths here. So how do I get, so what's 230 at 1%? That's $230,000. Let me put commas in here. And I love a press record and then a road sweeper goes past outside, so hopefully it's not too noisy for you on the microphone. So, if I, just making this look pretty, if I do this times by 1%, oh, it's too much, 2,300 a day, so actually 23,000. So I only need 23,000 under management, assets under management, to get 230 bucks a day. That's at 1%. Okay? So therefore, and I'll share this spreadsheet. I'll make this shareable underneath the video so you can take a copy. And when you click on the link, do file, make a copy. So it's your own copy, so you don't edit this one. And then you go put in your number that you need, and it'll work it out for you, approximate. By the time you download it, I may have improved the tax formula for you as well, and I'll put a tax percentage up here. But that gives you how much at 1%. So this is at 1% a day. Okay. Now, what happens if we could get a couple of percent a week? Still not bad, right? 2% a week. So what's 2% a week? So if that's my weekly number that I need, if I take that like this, yeah, so sorry, I just needed to pause to get my head straight on the numbers. I was like, let me just get this right. I have. So 1% a day, 230, 23,000 under management, producing 1% a day. If we go to 2% a week, and I'm stretching these out in terms of different risk profiles, especially in crypto, of what you can achieve, what's realistic. But if you focus on per day to start with, then that starts to give you a bigger number to aim for, right? So if we go to 2% a week, then that actually gives us, let me just fix these numbers. We'll come back to that. So that's 1,600 a week, and that's 160,000. So I've gone from 23,000 to 163,000. Actually, that hasn't been changed. So sorry, let me quickly change it. It's actually 80. So 80,000 is 2% a week. Okay, so from 23,000, so that's one milestone to be able to pay your bills. Okay, then per week, 2% a week, 80,000. And then let's go 4% a month. So let's just roll it out. So 4% a month, which is what, 48% a year. 2% a week is just over 100% a year. And 1% a day is 365% a year. Now, you might think those were really high numbers. You might be used to the bank, and the bank only paying you 1% a year. But in in crypto land, we can call it, in the cryptocurrency world, this is achievable. If you manage it properly, and if you manage your risks, you can actually do this methodically. Okay, so this one, 7,000, was just about to work this out. I don't come down here, 4%. And I'm going to make a guess, it's about that. 6.2, what did I need per month? 7,000, so let's do 175. And let's type it in properly. I need another coffee today to find. Oh, there you go. Got it. 175,000. Let's make it look pretty. I don't really have OCD much. And so now you know what targets you have for assets under management, depending on what percentages you can manage. Now, if you were to manage it very actively, pretty much daily, and be looking for the highest growth rates, then you may be able to get these higher numbers. Okay? The 2% a week is more hands-off, and the 4% a month is completely hands-off. So depending on where your entry points are, and by the way, I'm just showing you these numbers based on what we're trying to achieve up here for the monthly amount. Your monthly amount of 5,000. This all started with step number 1. How much do you need a month? Okay. If you say to me, oh, but I want to go on holiday, I want to get Christmas presents, and that's only once a month, once a year, divide it all, average it, and give me an average monthly, right? I'm showing you ways to help give you financial freedom, financial independence, financial freedom here. I'm going to need you to do some of the legwork. Okay, I'm not going to do it all for you. So, yeah, put everything together, average it out, get your monthly number, and let's say you type in 6,500, right? Now all of these will change. Now what I'm going to do after this video is I'm going to change this so this will change to go the other way around. Okay, so that number will reflect 299, and then it'll tell you this is what you need. Okay, remember these are numbers that you need under management so that you can earn money that you will pay full taxes on. And again, if you can save ways of taxes, I'm not saying avoid taxes, I'm saying speak to a professional to help you optimize your taxes. But these are taxable numbers so that you've got enough to live off afterwards and you hit your monthly amounts. All right. So, step 1, use your monthly amount to be able to work out the number that you're aiming for. Probably best to aim for, if you're going to do it yourself, to start with as you're learning, aim for this middle one, 2% a week. Okay. For people I manage and help them with their money, we'll do that separately with you and work out your number. But if you at least have a start of this, I'll be able to help guide you. But for you, aim for this middle number, right? Now you have a number. Now you have an initial number. This is what I need to get to financial independence. Okay. And so what you can now do is take this to the Certainty app. So certaintyapp.com, sign up for a free account. It's free at the moment. I think they're just about to start charging. And then you go to this optimizer, and it's this page. And what did I just say? It's at 80,000 in here. So if I put 80,000 in here, say my target balance, and if I put a date in here, right now it's early 2022, but let's say I'm going to go, let's say 26, and let's say January, let's say the 1st of January 2026, and let's say I'm going to start with 1,000. Remember, just because these say dollars, it doesn't matter right now. Right now, it doesn't matter because if you might be coming in with pounds, you might be coming in with euros. It's not converting it to US dollars. We're looking at numbers for you, okay? For now, we'll start with 0 investment and also put your tax rate in here. So I was just talking about 30%, so I'll put 30% in there. This will work out for you. If I click calculate, it will give me a monthly return of 9.8, 12.1, annual 206, 294. Now you might look at that and go, that number's really high, right? But but actually very achievable from a crypto perspective. So now you know that if you put $1,000 into crypto and nothing else, by the January 21st, 2026, if you got 12.1%, that's before taxes, so you need to go for the bigger number, 12.1% every month, by January 1st, 2026, you will have 80,000. And then at that point, you've just reached your financial independence level to start with. Okay, based on the numbers we just walked through up here. Now, if you get better at managing, you can manage it yourself and do well at doing it yourself, then you might get it, you might be able to accelerate it. And as you accelerate it, this number will go down. You've just seen the maths, right? If you can get better than 2% a week, then the initial investment will go down to get to that passive, okay? And this is step one, right? So step one is financial independence. But what we want to do apart from spell it right, step one is get initial amount at high percentage return. But then what we're looking to do is we're looking to start to grow our number. Imagine if you were doing 1% a day and you got to 23, right? I'm not a financial advisor, but everyone I listen to in my own plan will be to start spreading my assets out over investments that return me less percentage than 1% a day, but in essence, spread my risk. And as you learn about investing, you will always hear recommendations about don't leave everything in one basket, spread them around. The place that I spend most of my time in today from a crypto perspective is an ecosystem. There are numbers of different assets that I can actually invest in, and it spreads, in essence, my risk. It spreads my portfolio. They have different percentage returns. And so what I would do if I got to 23, I would actually look to every excess of the 23. If I'm using it to pay myself, I would be building up the 23 to get to 80 as quick as possible. And then when I get to 80, same again, how to get it to 175. Now remember, and this is still, all we're doing here is still trying to achieve your monthly amount. But the larger this number grows, the safer you are going to be to get it to, let me go back to 5, to get it to the 5,000, whatever that number is for you. Now let me just give you an insight. One of the safest places in cryptocurrency to put is something called the Anchor protocol, which is at 20%. You are literally guaranteed 20% return. Nothing's guaranteed in this world, but that's what all the language and documentation, etc., says on the Anchor protocol. So let's assume you get 20% a year, which is a lot smaller than all the rest, right? But if we're looking to get 20% a year, and that is spread out over a month, so that's, what is that? I don't know, my brain's gone to mush. Let me just quickly do this, hold on. So that's 1.6% a month. Okay, so 1.6 a month is 20% a year. Okay, and what we're now saying, and the per month is 7,000. Okay, but we want that at 1.6 monthly. So what does that need to be? I'm going to make a guess. Oh, it's close. I could easily do a reverse logic, but yeah, that I should have had that coffee first anyway. So for us to be in the safest place in cryptocurrency and get 20% return on your investment, completely hands off, 440,000 is what you need in the bank to be able to make 5,000 per month consistently. Okay, actually, but that's 7,000. Then you pay your taxes, right? So you can see that as we build up our assets from really aggressive 1% a day to 80 to 175 to 240, it builds our risk profile and reduces our risk profile and reduces the effort we need to put in, the attention we need to pay. So if you can get it to the anchor protocol and get it 20% a year, you literally can be set and forget. Okay. I say literally, you wouldn't, but you could. And that's just using those maths. If you were 2,000 a month, then these would all be a lot smaller, right? But this is the maths you need to do for yourself. So number one is get the initial high amount. Number two, work your way towards relying on the 20% per annum. Now, by the way, the project that I'm working in, the owner said, I think yesterday, he sees his project going for 10 years. He's working on a 10-year project, and the minimum for them is 70%, 70. Okay? So, again, 4% a month, it's probably 5.6% a month maybe, would be the 70% per annum. And therefore, you're talking maybe about 200-ish. Actually, let me do it quickly now. What's 5.8? What did I just say? 5.6? I wasn't bad. 5.8. Okay. Wasn't bad for a coffee-deprived brain. Let's just make a guess here. That's too much. I don't need that much. Oh no, it's lower. Oh my word. I need to get out more and drink more. Okay, 1,320. Okay, so 121. Let's just try and be close. Okay, so what that tells me is, and let's put it in order. At 5.8 per month, which is 70% a year, you only need 121. And the project admin is aiming to be there for 10 years to engineer everything that's there. And 70% is their targeted minimum, right? So now you need to use these numbers and work these numbers out for you, okay? Work your way towards, firstly, the 70%. Build your assets towards the 20%. I would still do that per annum. I would still keep going. I really trust this team and the leaders of this team. But you never know what's going to happen in the future. They don't know what's going to happen in the future. But if you methodically keep growing and building, then you have a path here. And by the way, none of this says 10 million a year. 10 million as a lump sum. You might want 10 million to just set and forget and just walk away. You might want to put something in crypto and just completely leave it and then come back in 10 years and go, is it there yet? Smallest moves possible is a really, really good mantra to live by. And if that's your case, you can do that. What I'm showing you here is the way to come in from almost backing in, is a Nickism, backing in and working your way from what you need day to day through to then how you can keep growing it from there. Okay, so now you've got your number. We can now, what you can do then in the Certainty app is use this to figure out how much you want to put in to start with, potentially how much you want to put in a month. So let's say you put 1,000 in to start, and then you put 100 in each month. I haven't touched anything else. Watch the numbers here. So annual 206, 294, monthly 12.1, 9.8. Now it goes down to 10%. It almost halves. Yeah, it's more than half, isn't it? Let me just do that again. Oh no, 12.1. So 12.1 to 10. 294. 206,294, 149,213. So that's 50% less. And that was a big chunk less as well. Just by putting in an extra 100 a month. If you say, hey, I can put an extra 200 in, great. Let's do that. So you play with this, eight and a half a month, 167 a year. You play with this with your funds. And remember what I said before about putting a small amount in and growing from there. If you think you can do 200 a month and 1,000, maybe you might go, you know what, I'll start with 400 and put, so that's 6 grand divided by 12. I'll put in 700 a month instead, which is the rest of that 10,000 just spread out. Now let's have a look at what it does. What that does is, because you're then continuing to put 700 in each month past the 12 months, because you've built your trust, you started with a lower amount, you'll actually get there a lot quicker, hugely amount quicker. Again, this is for you, your own risk profile, your own investing. I'm not giving advice, I'm just showing you how to use a calculator and how to use the Certainty app. But this is how you could do it for your numbers that you're aiming for. Okay, so step number 1, get your solvable problem. Once you've got that number, then you know what you're aiming for in terms of what environments we should look at and where to go next. So the next video, we're going to talk about setting up your systems. You don't have to pick an environment yet, by the way, with setting up your systems. Number 3 is putting money into the environment. It's good to know where you're going, but still you can put money into crypto and you don't actually need to have chosen a project yet. And then number 4, we'll do farming and compounding and the other points after that as well. So step number 1, solvable problem this. Any questions, let me know. I'll speak to you soon.